Welcome back, everybody. We've got another product here to review from VEVOR. This time it is a backpack blower. Let me get closer here. It is a big backpack blower. This one is 79cc. That's why the 79 on the number there stands for 79cc, which is large. And it says it's 184 miles per hour, and I think it said 930 CFM, which means it blows a lot of air. And look at the size of the box. I am not a big person. This is bigger than my current largest backpack blower, according to the numbers, and so it'll be a real curiosity what this looks like on me. Anyway, so we're gonna open up the box, and I don't know if there's gonna be assembly or not, but we're gonna lay it out on the table here. By the way, this is a full-size desk to give you an idea of how big this is. And we're gonna see what we got to put together and what we don't have to put together. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. So here is our first look at it. It is absolutely gigantic. It is absolutely as big as the box was. It was taking up the entire interior there. Look how big this is. This is huge. As you can see here, look at the size of these pipes. Just gigantic. And so I already believe it's specs, because it is a 79cc giant thing. I think it's actually going to be able to hit those numbers that it claims. And so here we go. So this is what was in the box. It looks like assembly is going to be fairly easy. I got to mention some things. The basic, press it on and twist type tubes, and it'd be a good idea to spray WD-40 on there to make that go smoother. They give you a measuring bottle so that if you don't have 2-cycle ready to go, you can mix up some. But me doing this for a living, I've got a 5-gallon can of it all the time, so I'm ready to go already. So I don't need that. And we get a spare set of ear protection, ear muffs there, and the tools to put it together, and the instruction manual. And this is what I wanted to mention. It is very straightforward to put together. I mean, it's not rocket science, it's all right there. But then the instructions are mentioning this thing. Look at this. So they're saying to send this ground wire through the pipes, and make sure not get that twisted in the pipes and all that. Then on the next page they're saying things like once you get it assembled, it'll be sticking out, and so on. And I think that you guys are wondering the same question that I'm wondering. What are they talking about? What is a ground wire? I've put a lot of these together and there wasn't anything like that. So I went looking around, and as it turns out, if you look in here, all coiled up in there, you can sort of see it. There is a wire all coiled up in there, and it is attached to the block. And I think that what this is, working from experience, you're always out in wet conditions. So there's many times when you take the blower off of the trailer and it's soaking wet because it's been raining. And so at that point, what you have is a scenario where you've got a spark, and you've got a throttle, and you've got electronics and a wire leading to it. And the only thing I can guess is that this is something to ground it out to keep you from getting zapped, because I've been zapped many times when it was all wet. You see what I'm saying? Like conduct electricity. If everything is wet, covered in water, and you go hitting the trigger of the switch, you could get zapped by the electricity coming from the spark plug. That's the only thing I can think of, and so I think that it is optional to connect that, but I will go through the motions, and I don't know what's going to be in the next scene because I've never done one of those. Okay, I just wanted to give you a better idea of where this is. Right here on the blower, you look way down deep in there, and then you can see that is where it's attached to the block right up there. And then down in there, I can't see my screen, so I don't know what I'm actually showing it. There it is right there. Okay, and so then you have to try to get that little wire tie off of there, way down deep in there, and then pull that cable out and string it through the pipe. Wow. Okay, so here's where I'm at with this. I have strung the cable out from where I just showed it, You see it running through there. This is the way they said to run it, into this flexible thing. And so it is in there, and then it'll be going into this handle. This is where the handle's going to go, and it is sticking out the end just like it's sticking out the end in the picture. But you know, we're going from, because I was thinking if it was an actual ground, it would be grounded to the trigger. And I know what some of you are probably thinking, this is your throttle cable that's supposed to be attached in there somewhere, but I wanted to show you quickly to dispel that myth. You can see here, see the throttle moving? The throttle return cable is already connected. This will definitely work the way it is. This is not a throttle return cable, it's a ground cable, and not being attached to anything at all, I can't imagine what it's doing or how it works. So I'm gonna switch my hypothesis to I don't know. I don't know what that does or how it works, but I have attached it the way it's. I'm going to seal it in there, and it will be in there. Anybody knows what that is? Let me know. Okay, just a quick correction. I had this section right here backwards. I had the long end over here and the short end over here. So it is the wide connection on the left and the short connection on the right, leading to the handle, and the large one leading to the machine. So otherwise you'll never get them on. Okay, so here we go. We've got this all together the way it's supposed to go. As you can see there, right about there, that's where the cable went in, and it went through that section, and it is still in that section at this point, and it is now sticking out right there. And we're about to, and I mounted this is just one screw. I didn't show that because it's so easy to mount the trigger in the handle. And we're about to do the push and twist on the main nozzle there. And I wanted to show something important there. As you can see that part sticking out. Let me back up here, see if I'm going to be able to show this. So there are two pieces there, and you'll see them there in the instructions. Wow, I can actually zoom in from here. 4 pieces total, as I showed in the beginning. Now the inner part goes inside of that main extension tube because it is going to be adjustable for the size of the user. And I just wanted to show that, let me get over there, that, yeah, like this. So there you go, and as you can see right there, there's a twist knob. Having trouble seeing my screen, there we go. That allows you to clamp it down if you find a good position that's good for you. Okay, and so other than that, it's just push and twist, and it would be, would help you to put some lubrication in there to make that happen, and then that little nub at the end of that little tunnel locks it in place. But there is also a screw on the other side, which is going to be hard for me to show. Let me try to do that. Okay, so here we go trying to show this. As I mentioned there, the screw hole is right there. So after the twist, it has to end up, the screw on the other part has to end up right there. So it is important to line it up correctly. Let's see if I can put this in a spot where I can leave this here and go get the tube. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me, but of course we have this cable now that has to go through there, whatever it is, and then this screw has to end up right there. So that has to be there after the twist. So honestly, it has to go this way over here, so that that side lines up with the guide. And then you push that in, which is really, really hard to do. And then after the twist, that screw will be lined up where it's supposed to be. Right there. And then you just tighten it down. Okay, and so there it is. As you can see here, I have extended the blow nozzle out all the way, and I tightened it down there but we'll see if that's too long. And yours should look like this if you're in the middle of putting it together. If I put it together right. And we are all set. So now it is put together. And what we have here is a driveway that has kind of a huge amount of leaves on it. See over there in that section, we've got a job to do. Right over there. In addition to that, we've got, coming from the oak trees, we have these things called catkins. This is the pollen coming out of the oak trees. Try to get up close. Do you see what that is? And so what this is going to do is it's going to produce a lot of dust. There's a lot of this out here. But on this particular day, it's a good thing because we're demonstrating a blower. So anyway, I'll set up the camera in several different places and we will see how this thing does. I have a feeling it's going to be quite powerful and it's going to look ridiculous on me. As I mentioned, not a big guy. So it has adjustable straps there. You just put it on and then you pull the bottom strap down and that adjusts to your size. And then you're ready to go. By the way, it is running on 50-to-1 oil mix. So that's the normal oil mix that most everybody has. Like the commercial guys are using 50-to-1. And there's no 32-to-1 break-in or anything mentioned in the instructions. It's just 50-to-1 oil mix. So I'll put that in there and we will get started demonstrating. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up. Look at the way, that was fun. You see the way it was blowing around those garbage cans over there. That was, that's quite a bit of power to do that. Now I've got to say, so I want to point out a couple of things here. If you're wondering what this screen is here, that's for people who have long hairs to try to keep the hair from getting sucked into the intake there. And also, if you have like a long draping shirt, I've had that happen as well, where the bottom of the shirt gets sucked up and goes into the intake, so that's why that cage is there. And when I was starting it, I was a little bit backwards on the choke versus, it's not labeled there. So run is down and choke is in the up position, as opposed to my other machine is completely opposite of that, so that's why I was doing that, trying to get it to run in the choke position. I just wanted to clear that up. It's fairly good on gas. We just did all that on only about an inch of water, and the gas tank is absolutely huge. There's an exact measurement on the gas tank that I hope I'm putting on the screen right now. Other than that, we're ready to go. The trigger, you just have your on and off switch there, and then this thing will, if you set that, it sets to a specific, where am I? There. If you were to put it like half throttle right there, or wide open would be right there, basically it's like an autopilot. It'll hold it there, hold it wide open, so you don't have to be pulling the trigger. It just kind of, after a long period of time, it gets a little tiresome. Other than that, I can't say I can think of anything else. The straps did adjust to my size, being fairly small. It probably looked really silly. There's an opportunity for the commenters to give me the third degree, but it is what it is. It is a very, very strong blower. If you saw the way it was thrown around those garbage cans over there, that was a trip. And so I think that basically wraps it up. You'll see this in the future. I think I'm going to actually mount it to the trailer and use it. We'll see how it does out in the rain and stuff like that. So you might see this again in a future video, but for right now, for anybody's looking to get one, yeah, it does not disappoint. I think this is their largest one, and it is, I believe, every specification on the Amazon page. I think it is the 164 mile per hour. I think it is the 930 CFM, and definitely just looking at the size of it, it's 79 cc, and that'll do it. So if you want to go get one, the link to go get it from the Amazon page will be in the description and in the top pinned comment, and I highly recommend this one. Very, very strong. All right, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.